Hi there everyone, this is Brian with bsntech.com. Today I'm going to show you how to build the construction part of a pressurized water barrel system. Now I have made one of these already, but I actually need to build onto it. The system I have right now is 330 gallons, but I found out that I have went through almost all of this water in a matter of a week's time watering the garden. So with this part of the video, I'm going to discuss what materials you need and how to construct the system that will put the rain barrels up in the air right underneath your gutters, and this will allow you to have more gravity or pressure in your rain barrels when watering whatever you'd like. So let's go ahead and look at the materials that we need. Here you can see the current 330 gallon rainwater system that I have. You can see the posts and the beams that go across that hold up the weight of the rain barrels. This is the part that we're going to discuss in this video on how to create the construction and the necessities that you need for this. Now, first of all, note that all of the lumber is treated lumber. You need to have treated lumber so it will take the elements of being outside. Now, what do you need? Well, I just purchased some stuff here. And first over here is all the stuff that we have for the wood. Now, over here off to this side, this is a 2x6. It's 12 foot in length. Now, rain barrels are approximately 2 feet wide, so this will hold 6 rain barrels, which is 330 gallons of water. Now here, on this side right here, these are 4x4s, and they're 8 foot length. The reason it's 8 foot length is because they need to be about 2 feet below, so you're going to have to dig holes for each of these. That way it gets below the frost line. Now, my roof is about 6 feet actually. Well, no, about 10 feet up. But then you also have the size of the rain barrels. So when I get this all done with, I'll actually have about 8 or 9 inches that I'll be cutting off the top. Now, to hold the cross beam together, you need some lag screws. These lag screws are 1/2 inch by 6 inches. Now, it is, of course, you're going to need to make a hole, so that's why I have the drill with a wood bit. This wood bit is 1/2 inch, so that will allow me to drill through the pieces of wood, and then I'll use a regular wrench and then put these in place. Now you're going to have to dig the holes, so of course you're going to need some kind of post hole digger or shovel, and it's best of course if you have the hole at least 2 feet deep. There's some other odds and ends that you're going to need. You'll probably end up needing a skill saw or something to cut off the tops of the 4x4s when you are all finished with the building of them. So that pretty much covers what you need to start off to get this nice system here, and we're going to go ahead and start digging some of those holes that we need. Alright, I'm getting ready just to dig one of the holes. I'm going to have to dig 6 holes since I have 6 posts. Now what I would recommend is that you do not place the 4x4s more than 4 feet apart. So I would recommend putting one on each side. So if you have a 12-foot long length board, then make sure that you have one on either side, and then you have 2 other posts on each side down the middle. So basically 0 feet, 4 feet, 8 feet, and 12 feet. If you go much more than 4, you may start to see the whole system sag, because if you consider 330 gallons of water is well over 3,000 pounds. It's about actually 3,500 pounds, and of course you have the weight of the barrels as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and make some holes. So I just put the posts in the ground. I didn't fill the post holes in yet. I will wait till I have the whole system up before I fill those in. Now, how high do you want to put your barrels? Well, make sure that you subtract 3 foot from your gutter line. The rain barrels are about 3 feet high, so you need to make sure that you leave this much space above the system for the rain barrels to fit underneath your gutters. Now, since I've already made one over here, I'm just going to use the same height and then make sure that the whole thing is level all the way across. That way it's exactly going to be fitting in with the system I already have. So I'm going to go ahead and mark some of that area off, and drill some holes in the 2x6 boards and start on that right now. Now the area between the post over here on this side, which is a current post of the rain barrel system, and this post right here was 22 inches from end to end. So that means I need to add 2 more inches so that when I put the screw holes in, or the bolts in, they go about right here, right down the middle of this board. And I'm going to put 2 lug nuts on each of these to hold them in place. Now, I did make the posts 2 feet from the end, which I did not recommend originally when I first started the video, but since I am tying this into the existing system that I have already, that's why I'm doing that. Now this is one of the 2x6 boards that's 12 feet long, and I have my tape measure here, and then I'm just going to come right over here to the 24-inch mark and make a line, and this is where I know I need to make 2 holes with a 1/2-inch bit, a wood bit, on my drill, and here's the drill right here. So just make 2 of those holes and keep on watching. So you can see there that I have the 2 holes drilled. Now I actually have already drilled a hole into the first post. What I had to do is I had to measure how far down here I went, which was 1 3/4 inch, and then of course I allowed for the 2-inch end that I came in for the post. So here on the main post, you can see the hole that I've made there also. It's a little hard to see with the sun, but I had to take a level and go across with a level from this point up here all the way forward, and then draw this line, and this line up here is where the level point was. So then I went down 1 3/4 inch, 2 inches from the side, and then drilled the hole right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and take the big 2x6 by 12 foot, and I'm going to put one of the screws in right here, and then I'm going to go to the post down here and then level it out and then do the same thing. Okay, so I have one of the 2x6s that's 12 foot long across the top, and it's attached to the post on both sides. The post right here and the post right here. This one right here is not yet attached, but the main thing was, and this is the most important thing, is to make sure that that top bar is level, which it is. So now that it's level, I can go ahead and I can fill the 2 holes. I've actually already filled one of them down here, and this one I will not fill yet. This one will be filled after it's attached to the board, so I'll have a couple more holes that I need to make first, and then this one over here is the one that I can go ahead and fill. Now make sure your posts are exactly straight up and down and level as well on both sides. Alright, well, I have all 3 posts in, and I have the 2 holes drilled out of the 2x6 as well as the 4x4s. It doesn't look like very much right now because I still have the screws sticking out, as you can see, but it's exactly level all the way across here. And I also have finally put this post in, filled it all with dirt, and it's fully level on both sides as well. But just exactly how I did this one, you'll set up the other one. These are 2 basically independent items, and they, when put together, they will hold your rain barrels. Now down here you can That's see it. So I'm going to go ahead and put the other side together, and then I'll show you what it looks like all done. Alright, and for the most part, the system is now up and in place. The only thing left to do is to cut off the tops up here. The 4x4 needs to be level with the top of the 2x6s, otherwise your rain barrels won't be able to fit in there. It's completed. So it's all finished. I'm just going to cut off the tops of the 4x4s with a skill saw, and everything is all done.